Alarak is most definitely one of my favorite characters of the StarCraft universe. As a matter of fact, he's second. Obviously, the first one has to go to Abathur, but it is time to give him a try in Heroes of the Storm. I mean, I wanted to play a game with him, but it turns out the queue times sort of take forever. I'm starting to get the feeling that this timer right here with the estimated wait time is lying to me. Oh, there's a game! There's a game! Nice. No, don't bug out on me. Please don't bug out on me. Please do not bug out on me. No! Seems like the second queue isn't going any faster than the first one. Come on, I want to play Alarak. Yes! Cool down, please. Start the countdown, Oh, come on, not again. Please, don't do this. I mean, the timer is just ticking on and on and on. Yes, please count down. It's doing something. Woo! We're in. Alrighty, so it took me about 40 minutes to get an actual game here. Maybe even a little bit longer, I have no idea. It took far too long anyway, is what I'm trying to get at. But anyways, here we are in an actual game. We're playing with Alarak. We got a full team. We don't have a tank, nor a support. So, yeah, that's not ideal. But we'll try our very best here and simply see if we can do a heck of a lot of damage. So we're on one of the new maps. Apparently in the bottom lane, there's already a whole bunch of aggression going down. I'm just simply going to try and hang out over here instead. So, I'm currently playing a little bit with Alarak. And Alarak is going to be one of the heroes that will be in the actual game very, very shortly as well. Now, this is my very first game that I'm playing with him. As you may have already noticed, the queue times take a little while. But all things considered, he seems like a lot of fun. He seems like a super powerful hero. I gave him a try in the store for, I don't know, about a good 20 minutes or so. Not like a super long time, but he's extremely powerful and extremely interesting compared to the other heroes that are in the game. Now, I don't really want to push all too far either, but basically I got a couple of abilities that make him cool. So first and foremost, I got a basic attack. I got a basic attack on my Q. That is actually a silence. It's a 1.5 second long silence. Now there's a little bit of cast time. You may notice it, like there's a little bit of delay, which will come into play. But if I manage to hit it properly, it is a 1.5 second long silence on an 8-second cooldown, I believe. Yeah, that's crazy. That's a very long time. Secondly, I got my E ability. That's sort of like a lightning surge that I can push forward. And last but not least, oh, no. Oh man, no. Ugh. Trying to get out of there. Didn't realize that their false stat went up. But last but not least, I got the Telekinesis that allows me to push someone away. So the lightning surge I activate on a target, and what happens is that they will start doing quite a little bit of damage to it. But more importantly, if I use it on an enemy hero, it will actually start giving me some HP back. So this is going to be used on as many heroes here as we possibly can. And I'm going to be focusing here, as far as the talent selection goes, on my Q as well as on my E. Now please note, like I said, this is the very first time I'm actually playing this hero. He's not particularly easy. Did get a kill right there, so that's good. It does also do a little bit of damage. And so far, this is not looking too amazing. This, by the way, is one of the new maps. You may have already noticed. There we go. We did get a nice silence off on him. Gonna be able to push him back as well with my Telekinesis. And I do manage to pick him off there. Very, very good. Drill drink from the fountain here. Very cool. But that's kind of the idea. So the W ability, the Telekinesis that I'm keep on using here, it's very powerful, as it allows me to push enemies in a certain direction. So right there, I tried using it on their false stat. I did use it twice already to get quite a nice little bit of damage in. But so far, it seems to be pretty good. Cooldown on all of the abilities is relatively long. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Ooh, almost had him there, actually. Almost had him there. Not quite. Alright, I'll be headed towards the bottom lane now, too. Actually, I'll just stay here then, if everyone's gonna leave. We do need to make sure we grab that experience. Now, we are at level 7 right now. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the Thunderstruck here. It looks like, though, so far, I was going back real quick. So far, they've been able to push in super aggressively. Now, it looks like they're, I'm gonna look for him. It looks like they're, oof, man. That damage output is insane. Tried my very best there to grab him, but did not quite get him. Guys, I'm gonna need a little bit of help, I'm afraid, because so far this is not looking too amazing. But I have found out so far as well that he is relatively flimsy. You can see, like, just a couple of those mines just did a heck of a lot of damage. And I gotta be super careful about my positioning in general. Guys, I'm gonna need some help, I'm afraid. The beacons are gonna come out very, very soon once again. And we gotta try and get ourselves some Zerg rushes happening as well. Now, I'll be headed down now instead. See if we can do a little bit of help. There we go. Push them in the correct direction there. Quite nice. Quite nice. Oof. Managed to do a bunch of damage, but we should do the objective. Alright. I'll try and go ahead and go top as well. I got him silenced. I got him silenced. Once again, going for that health steal. Very low HP immediately, though. Which makes this kind of terrifying. He's so flimsy, but the fact that he's got a silence on his Q is insane. I tried my very best to capture the bottom one. Did manage to get quite a little bit of damage in there. But it seems like there's already going to be a push in the top lane once more that will start dealing damage to us. They did just unlock all of their ultis too, which won't help us out all too much either. And so far, it's looking a little bit messy. But I gotta say here, the damage output of Alarak is absolutely insane. And the fact that you can combine the W ability together with the E is awesome. Now, I'm gonna try my very best here to grab this beacon. We'll have to try. Oh, man. I'm gonna need some help, I'm afraid. I'm gonna need a little bit of help. Because the damage output right now is a little too much. Gonna have to back up. Gonna have to back up. Now, it looks like Alarak did just get slain. But the Zerg rush, once again, is gonna be pushing in the bottom lane. And we're gonna have to head there to defend. We can definitely still win this, though. The team is not having too great of a time. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the deadly charge here. That will hopefully allow me to get a little bit more damage in. I can actually push super aggressively with that. Here we go. Deadly charge. There we go. Oh, the silence. That's it. Okay, let's clean this up. Dude. Whew. Cool. Very good. Very good. And so far, it's looking alright. So far, it's not in our advantage just yet, but we cleaned up a lot of the disadvantage that we had. So the Deadly Charge is one of the two ultimates that we have, and I can use that to charge, like, I don't even know. Like, you can charge, like, an entire screen away, it feels like. It's super strong. But I'm gonna need to walk around with an ally, because the one thing that I'm noticing right here is that I have no mobility. I got very little mobility, and it's just not safe for me to be all by myself, in particular when I'm as inexperienced as I am so far. Okay, here we go again. Trying to push him back. Going for the silence. Oh, that's it. I got my ulti once again ready to go. I am digging, by the way, the good old Terror music right here in the background. It looks like the disadvantage that we were having previously has been cleaned up at least reasonably well. The soloing in the top lane all by myself in the early stages of the game was not nearly as helpful as, or wasn't nearly as good as I hoped it would have been. By the way, my basic trait, I haven't even mentioned that yet. It's called Sadism, and what happens is that I will be able to do 100% extra damage. Oh, got him silenced once again. Oh. The Sadism allows me to get 100% additional ability power, ability damage against all of the enemies, which, for obvious reasons, is incredible. Okay. Gotta get out, dude. Gotta get out. I cannot tank any damage whatsoever. I assumed that this hero would be a little bit more tanky than he was, but it turns out he's really... He's really flimsy. Alright, back at full health right now. Gotta try and see if I can head back to the top lane. Nice little ulti right there. Beautiful place, actually, by our Butcher. He does decide to back out right now because it was a little too much. I'll be headed down to the bottom one as well. Obviously, the beacons will need a little bit of time here. Oof. Oof. As you can see, that little bit of delay there is actually pretty big. That little bit of delay is actually pretty big. Nope. I'll try and get out. We're gonna need a little bit of help, though. There is a super high skill ceiling for this hero, though. That's one thing that I am 100% noticing. We're gonna need some help, boys. Oof. We're gonna need some help here. Okay. Nice. Oh, that's the combinations we're looking for. Very good. Very, very good. So far, it's looking a little risky. And the beacons are progressing onwards once more, but it's looking okay. What we'll do now is just simply head towards the bottom lane here and see if we can do some more support to the team. It's hard to make the decision when you should be using your skills, because my W is my only way of moving around the battlefield. And it seems like if I have it on cooldown, I can do very, very little. If that makes any sense. Oh, man. Like, for example, right there, I decided to use my abilities. Oh, and I'm gonna be able to get out in the last second, but that was a super big risk, right? That was a super big risk. And we did just manage to get at least a whole bunch of Zerg out. Top lane is gonna be pushed in by the enemies. Okay. Gonna be coming in. This is cool, though. Really enjoying this so far. It's gonna be a lot of practice before I'm anywhere even remotely reasonable with this. The one thing that I'm really, really catching on to so far is that we are low. We're very, very flimsy. Like, we have very low amounts of HP. It's most definitely not something I would have expected so much from Alarak. In particular after, Alright, let's go then. Can I get some help then? No? Tracer? Okay. Tracer, what are you doing? Tracer, you crazy, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, that sucks. They actually did just manage to get that in the top lane. I hope they're not gonna grab this. I love the StarCraft themed map though, as well as obviously another StarCraft hero. That's pretty great. Okay, well that was relatively easy. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead here and pick the negativity. Oh my god. Negatively charged. Allows me to do a little bit more. Got a little bit of extra movement speed here as well from Abathur, but it's hard to take an engagement here when it's a 4 versus 5, right? Tracer died there in a blink of an eye. Okay. Got a Hunter Seeker missile on me, which is fine. 10 seconds until Tracer is back. We should probably see if we can wait for that one. Okay. So far, it's looking alright, but it's hard to say exactly what the end result is going to be. I mean, we still have 2 forts to clear up. If we manage to do at least one of these Zerg rushes right now, I think we're gonna be okay. We should just try and take one big engagement, right? And we can easily do that now that it's 16 versus 17. That's a fight we can win. Stay together. I'm hoping here Vala is gonna come back real soon, because otherwise it may be difficult. Oh my god, so much damage though. Need to get out as soon as I can. And sadly, the team so far has been dying left and right. I've been trying to stay alive and be smart about my positioning and all that, but it's not very easy. The silence is incredible though. The silence is so good. Even versus bots, obviously. Or not so much bots. Shades, I suppose, is what they are called. But the damage output of my abilities, besides my Q, is not that high. But the fact of the matter is that my Q ability has a very short range, so it's very difficult to hit. Okay. Core is gonna be under attack here. Okay, I guess we'll just go. I guess we'll just go. But I'm afraid that that is going to be game here. Ugh. Alright, so just to showcase it really quickly, right? Here are my findings, I suppose, of the very first game that I've played with Alarak. Apparently, he's got a whole lot of different builds that are worth giving a try. And I looked through the talents and they all seem very, very promising. Anyway, I just wanted to showcase real quick how the Q ability works in the store once again, so I can show it a little bit easier. So notice this has an 8-second cooldown, right? Anyway, I'm gonna click right now. And notice, like, there's a little bit of downtime right there. That little bit of downtime is huge, as, like, the actual cast time, or, like, the actual, like, range of this ability is relatively small. Like, right there, I only hit 2 of them, right? The actual reach of the ability is tiny. And you need to spend a couple of talents on it before it becomes reasonable. So it's hard to pull off, and it's very difficult to hit. Now, obviously, if it does hit, it's a 1.5 second long silence, and we can increase that as well with, I believe, was that the level 13 talent? Yeah, right here. The level 13 talent allows me to silence them down for 2.25 seconds. That's huge. That's like absolutely enormous. But you gotta be confident in hitting your Q abilities. And the only way you're gonna hit your Q ability is by getting in the middle of combat and not being scared of obviously taking damage. And since you don't really have any self-sustain other than your E ability, which you also have to use on an enemy before you actually get any kind of health back, it's very, very difficult to decide when you want to be going in. Now, that's not to say this hero is bad by any stretch of the imagination. It just means that it's gonna take a very long time before people are gonna be incredible with him. But I think once they do, this may very well be one of the most popular picks in the competitive mode of the game. Anyhow, I want to thank you guys all for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, alright? And I will see you in the next one.